Anshuman Dasgupta. I'm an art historian and curator, and I teach here, as you know. And coming to this question of how do the social science ideas do blend with art historical acumens or artistic drives in this particular video that takes off from this particular video, in the sense this particular project, which takes off from two videos, paired videos by Abhijit, Vinayak, Banerjee and Sarnath Banerjee in collaboration. So Sarnath is an artist, he is a graphic novelist, and Abhijit Vinayak, as everybody knows, is a very well reputed Nobel laureate economist. And so there is a social science direction which automatically is given there, because it talks about water and water wars. Because automatically there is a sociological dimension to economics. So that is given there. So that is a challenge basically for any artistic curation. But I don't see art as bereft of society. So in a sense that entry point is already made once Sarnath is there inside as some kind of insertion inside Abhijit's video. And that's basically a talk about water crisis and a comparison between water crisis in different places like Punjab and Bengal largely. According to Abhijit Vinayak, that's because his argument is that because of this extra support that government gives to the production process of agriculture by giving subsidies, etc., makes the farmers more enthused in producing rice, because rice is apparently easy to produce if you have sources of water. Now it so happens that we noticed that water depletion rate is 1 meter per year per season. So that's alarming actually. Think about the global water crisis and it sort of adds to it. So in a sense he ends with that argument that he begins with an argument, very interesting and funny argument, that there was a food movement or Khaddo Andolan in Bengal in the 50s, and there was a minister who said that if you don't have rice, eat something else, eat carrots, eat jowar, bajra, whatever, the dry food, the roti, so which Bengalis don't like, and they got sentimental about it. And Abhijit is going to, in his video, is slightly counterintuitive. He is counterintuitively saying that maybe we should go back to roti eating because the rice consumes so much of water. So basic point is that, and MSP is encouraging that, them to produce rice more and more, and that sort of leads to depletion. So in terms of environment, it's not very conducive situation. So I thought, because we are situated here in Birbhum and we are doing the works in Shantiniketan, which is part of that laterite belt, I thought an extra element should be a part of the curation. Because there's no ready video available on the rice production and water depletion, I wanted to shoot it myself. And so we are doing a video paralleling that argument and bringing it closer to us, basically, in making people aware locally as to what eats into the soil, basically, and water depletion, what leads to water depletion. Like they use rampant use of shallow and submersible tube wells and pumping devices are major causes, which turns out, which we learn from the farmers themselves by interviewing them, by going with them to the farms, etc., etc. And we are pointing out alternative agriculture here, which are also practiced by one section of the people. And so that's interesting. I thought that would be an interesting intervention in situating the play, the video of Abhijit Vinayak, which is done globally at the behest of MIT, kind of gets grounded and gets to kind of uh, gets to produce an additional kind of argument. Sarnath Banerjee is a storyteller basically, and he does a slightly comic, he tells stories in a slightly comic mode. It's a pun often, it's a satire often, and it's kind of, it's making fun sometimes of characters. There are types and there are characters, real characters, who sort of leaves a shade on Sarnath's drawings. And so those drawings will be on display, and they are insertions inside Abhijit's video. So that also can be seen by people, as well as the real drawings which will be on display. So through that, people can get relieving elements than kind of videos, overarching argumentativeness, etc., etc. Abhijit Vinayak makes you think afresh as a Bengali, because we'll be sentimental about, many other people will be sentimental about rice. So he turns himself into an average Bengali who likes rice eating, fish eating, etc., etc. All the stereotypes he applies to himself, and then unpacks the whole story narrative. And Sarnath also does the same. He situates himself inside the story in a certain way that he tells you as if it's Mama Kaka's story, or like relative story that he is telling. Often his relatives or acquaintances come into his stories, and that is quite normal for any storyteller. And so here an impersonal thing like water is personalized through the narratives, very personalized. He is not treating water as just an element, but water as a helper in producing rice, an environmental facilitator that sort of helps producing rice and leading to a exploration of nature in a certain way. And unless it's replenished, it is going to go down. You should allow nature to replenish itself.